Here's Zesty.
All right, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for that warm welcome. So we're at it again, and we're making cream of chicken today. So I've already washed my chicken, and I trimmed it as much as possible. So now what I'm doing is I'm adding some granulated garlic, and I'm going to add some granulated onion. And I'm going to add some of my nature seasoning. Feel free to add whatever seasoning salt you want. All right, here we go. I hope you guys are doing wonderful today. I'm also going to put some thyme leaves in here. I couldn't find ground thyme. I usually use ground thyme. All right, well, we got our thyme leaves. Now I'm going to put in some ground mustard. You don't need a lot. I'm going to say probably about a quarter teaspoon of this stuff, just because I like ground mustard. I'm also going to put in some paprika for color. I know I probably go bold with the paprika. Honestly, I tell y'all that all the time, but it's really for color. And then lastly, I'm going to put in some ground thyme. Thyme gives it a earthy flavor. It's really good. I love thyme on this particular dish. I think somebody encouraged me to put thyme on there. I've probably seen it on a video, or either that or I probably tasted it, but either way it goes, we here. And we're gonna mix that up real good. This is my son's favorite dish. So you just wanna make sure you pull that skin back on there. Oh, and I have legs and I have some breasts because my husband don't like legs. So I have like 2 breasts that I split in half. All right, so earlier I cut up off camera. I cut up a small yellow onion, and I'm just gonna put this in here. Onions are optional. If you don't like onions, you don't have to put it on here. I just like onions because once it cooks down, that cream of chicken is to me is kind of like a gravy. I love it. So now I picked out most of my chicken because I don't like it. You don't have to add water to it. What you can do is put like a tablespoon of water, put your hand over the lid and just kind of shake it up. That's the old school way. All right, so got it in there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put it on I'm gonna put it in the oven on 350, and I'm gonna check it after about an hour, and I'm gonna have it covered. And after that hour, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to uncover it for like 15-20 minutes, and I'm gonna turn it up so it can get like that brownish color. This is not meant to be a crispy dish, but I do like to cook it uncovered for a little bit. And don't worry about this right here. It's gonna look like it's not a lot of liquid, but it's enough, trust me, because the chicken makes its own oil, and once this cream of chicken thins out, bomb.com. I'm in the kitchen, seasoning the chicken, finger licking, hey! Yeah, baby! All right, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna top it off with some paprika. I'm just topping it off now. And I'm gonna put a little bit more of that ground turmeric on here. Just a tad bit. This is just gonna give it that yellow color that I like in the end. Nothing too fancy. And I'm gonna put some more thyme on here. All right, so now I'm gonna cover this bad boy up, 350 for an hour. We're gonna come back and see what it's looking like. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make some cauliflower mash and some of my green beans with this. So we're going in the oven, y'all. Let's go in the dough. For the cauliflower mash, you just want to use some, well, you can use fresh or frozen. I like mine frozen, and what I do is I just usually, I'm probably gonna use this whole pot of cauliflower. Sometimes it be like kind of weird looking because it's frozen cauliflower. It's good though, all good in the hood. And then you just pretty much fill this up with water. You want to make sure you top it off. And then pretty much I just boil it until I can smash it with my finger, and that way it's soft enough to process. So I'm going to say I'm going to probably give it about 25-30 minutes on medium. We're going to see. We'll come back in a second. I'll show you how I blend my cauliflower mash up. All right, now we're going to get started on my green beans. And I have about 4 strips of bacon here. You can use flavored bacon. I like the maple bacon. Today I couldn't find any, or the cherry smoked, or the apple, or whatever kind of bacon you want to use. Even the black pepper bacon is good. So what I'm going to do is just cut it in strips, and then we're going to get started on the green beans. Now, I buy my green beans from Walmart. Let me show y'all. The fine cut green beans. And I'm probably going to make about 1.5 bags of these. We'll see. Sometimes I'll use 2. Sometimes they don't be as fine as I want them to be, but these are my favorite. I don't like the thick cut ones if I can help it. So now I'm starting on the green beans. This is that bacon that we cut up earlier. I'm just going to saute it until it gets all the way brown. Not burnt, just brown. What I'm doing now is just adding some garlic along with the juice. What you want to do is you kind of, if you're using frozen green beans, you want to make sure it absorbs the grease from the bacon. So that way, whenever it thaws out, it'll make kind of like the bacon grease melody in the background. I don't know what I'm talking about. So this is granulated garlic. I usually go a little overboard with the granulated garlic. I'm gonna put some granulated onion on here. And it's not doing anything right now because the green beans are frozen. I don't take my bacon out because what happens, this is my nature seasoning. What happens is when the green beans defrost, it'll rehydrate the bacon. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cover this for about 15 minutes. And they should be where I want them to be. So basically all I'm doing is I'm going to pour the cauliflower into my food processor. Just like so. I'm also going to add 1/2 stick of butter in here. And because it's real hot, it'll melt whenever I get to blending it up. I'm also going to add about 1/3 cup of sour cream. And then 2 tablespoons of mayonnaise. So pretty much what you do when it comes to cauliflower mash, you do it exactly how you would do your mashed potatoes. So this is some onion powder. And because it's a vegetable, you know that vegetables are usually bland. And in order for it to get that taste, you got to add a good bit to it. So that's garlic powder. And then I'm going to add some salt. And then I'm going to add some black pepper. And use the seasonings to your liking. So now I'm just going to blend this up. So now what I'm going to do is just pour it in my pot. And believe it or not, it's thick, just like how I like my mashed potatoes. But like I said, this saves you on carbs. It saves your waistline. So here we go. And if you want to add a little more butter to the top, you can. Whatever you usually add in your mashed potatoes, do that, is what I would suggest. All right, so this is how it looks now that I have taken it out. All right, guys, here we go, here we go, here we go again. That chicken is so tender, it is falling apart. All right, guys, so I'm going to give you a little close-up visual of those green beans. Look at that garlic. Look at that cauliflower mash. Now, you can't tell me that you can't try something different. That looks just like mashed potatoes, and I'm telling you, it tastes just like mashed potatoes. And look at that chicken. Alright, so I'm going to leave you with a positive quote, and it says, thoughts become things. If you can see it in your mind, you will hold it in your hand. And with that being said, y'all continue to love out loud. Love each other. Y'all take care of yourselves. And with that being said, if you like what you see today, hit the like, subscribe, and the notification bell. And until next time, I love you. Spectacular.